I'm here. This obviously did not work as I planned. I had. I'm going to have to ask. Megan, can you come help me if you're seeing this? It wouldn't let me. So, guys, I was trying to stream the same way that I record my videos horizontally. And when I just tried to do it, it's not working. So give me 1 second. Okay. So I shaved. Probably looks really weird. Looks really weird to me. Happy Sunday. So I don't know if Megan is going to be able to help me figure this out. I don't know if you can help me. So I had it set up horizontally, but it wouldn't allow it to. It wouldn't allow me to go live. It has to be up and down. Do you think you can move that so that it's? Oh, she's so smart. Okay, hold on, guys. Working on this. Bear with me. What do you think? That's okay? Sure. I'm going to trust you. Okay. All right. Good morning. I have, if you see me look to the left, it's because I have my laptop set up to try and have freedom to use my hands and do things, but also be able to see people commenting. So I'm not sure how well this is going to work, but we're doing it. Anybody that's having coffee with me, I appreciate you. I wanted to start this morning. A lot of people had commented on my most recent video, the part 3 of grooming. A lot of people commented that it looked hard, that I looked uncomfortable and stuff. And some days are easier than others to talk about. Not just to talk about. I can always talk about that stuff. Trying to recall fine details. I would pause and maybe apparently I had a look on my face that was not comfortable, but in order to sift through all of that stuff, as I'm recalling it, I'm playing the whole tape back. It's not like I'm just recalling these little moments and then I have to filter out, what's okay to bring forward to this platform, what do I not need to speak about. So there were probably I didn't watch it back, so I just uploaded it after I recorded it. So I don't know how rough it looked or how some people said that it was kind of brutal, and if it made you uncomfortable, that wasn't my intent. I apologize for that. It's just my story, and but yeah, it's I'm okay, and talking about that, like doing that, creating that content didn't affect me negatively in any way. Didn't ruin my day or anything like that. So, and I'm trying to, I don't know, I haven't seen any, I can't see comments yet. So if anybody's commenting, I apologize. I'm trying to figure that part out on the computer at the moment. Let's see. How do I see the comments? Working on it, guys. This is my first time doing it like this. If anybody, Megan, if you see anybody that is suggesting how to do this properly, That would be amazing. I can't see comments so far, so I apologize. And we're a few minutes in, and this is my first time streaming like this, so I apologize if this is annoying anybody. Or let's see. I don't know how to see the comments on here. Yeah, you gotta mute that so people don't hear it again. So all right, let's see. So now, all right, I'm gonna catch up real quick on who's here. Brian, Diane, Jesse, Robinson, Tori in New York City. Can you have a piece of the watermelon? Yeah, that watermelon was actually garbage. That's why it hasn't been eaten. I've had really bad luck with watermelon recently, if being honest with you. Brian, I appreciate that. It feels very strange being clean shaven, but I appreciate you. Let's see. Part 3 was hard to hear. Yeah, I get it. Maury, Maria, Ken, Mario, Belfast Dave. Evening time in Ireland right now. Wow. Tom Steele in Seattle. So there's a lot of people in here that I greatly appreciate that have been supporting me, coming here, commenting, liking, going further, doing the super things, and people are shooting me. Somebody helped and sent me some money on PayPal to start a PO box, which is wild. So I'm in the process of doing that. It should be ready by next week, I'm assuming. So let's see. Let's see what I can do here. All right. There we go. Nice. Oh, wow. Being a moderator is cool. All right. Glasgow. That's so crazy. So everybody that's here, I love it. I don't know. Have you figured anything out, Megan, on how I can see comments on that part? All right. So I know, I don't know why. So after touching on that about my last video, I wanted to say something else. So I appreciate everybody that's been reaching out to me through email and through comments. It's been amazing. But recently I had to politely ask a couple people to stop emailing me, which is going to happen. But there are some people that just, don't have the best intentions behind their words. So it's unfortunate, but I know that that's going to happen. But anybody that has been reaching out to me, with care and integrity, I appreciate you, and I try to get back to everybody. I think I've been doing pretty good at that. Everybody always asks about my tattoos, and I don't know why. As I get older, my tattoos are going to look different, and that's okay. I wish I had more. I hope I can get more at some point. Kentucky. Oh, Robert, you're in Kentucky. Okay. 7 p.m. in Italy. We got people here. Someone's here from Croatia. This is so wild. Hi, everyone. Anybody have anything on their mind? A topic?
How do you feel about your tattoos?
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, I don't know. I never really planned on aging that far. I thought I was going to live to be like 26 and die, either of just, an overdose or just the lifestyle that I was living. So I didn't really plan on being, so I'll be 40 in like 10 days. And I didn't really plan on making it. It didn't work. So I don't know what let's see. So that's not working. So I'm going to probably have to just take the phone. You think? Right? All right. All right. Oh, sorry. So I wasn't able to figure out how to see the comments on a laptop while doing this. So I got to hold it. And it's not really what I wanted to do. I didn't want to have to hold this, but here we are. Again, having coffee with you guys and ladies. When I say you guys, I mean everybody. Um, Diane wants to know what made me just stop the drugs. Well, so man, addiction's an interesting one. So I wanted to stop using drugs a long time ago. Um, so my recovery, and I can only speak for my own recovery. Everybody recovers different. My recovery had these small steps and phases. Like at first I thought that if I just got enough knowledge about drugs and drug use and what it meant to be a drug addict, I thought if I acquired enough knowledge that I'd be able to stop. Um, and knowledge helped, but it was more than that. So I gained some knowledge and I couldn't stop. Um, and just to give you an idea, drugs stopped working. Like drugs stopped being my solution to the pain and the trauma that I had gone through. The drugs stopped being my solution a long time before I stopped using. They stopped being a solution probably when I was 28, maybe somewhere between 26 and 28. The drugs stopped having the effect that they used to, where it would make me forget about my trauma and where it would make me feel like I fit in. Eventually, it came to a point where I was just using not to be sick, and the sickness, opiate withdrawals is rough. There's worse things to go through, but it's uncomfortable and it's scary. And so for 3 or 4 years, or let's call it 5, just to make it a round number, I used for about 5 years, wanting to stop the whole time and not knowing how. I knew that you could go to detox or treatment, but again, so I thought knowledge would help, which it did. But what I mean, initially, people are what started to help me stop. I would meet people in treatment centers and in recovery, in detoxes, or at meetings, people that I used to use with, and I'd see that they had been clean for a little while. And so that made me think that it was at least possible, knowing that they used like I used. Um, but what made me want to stop was I wanted to stop hurting my family. I wanted to stop making my mom cry. I had realized that I was affecting other people. You know, other people's lives were forever changed by my behavior, not just my own. Um, but I just decided to get honest and not. And this last time that I went to treatment over 7 years ago, I decided I wasn't just gonna give the clinicians and my counselors and my case managers the answers that I knew that they wanted to hear so that I could just skate by and get through. I decided I was going to be honest and actually try. Why that is, I honestly don't know. I had no, I guess desperation. I was in California. It's not like I had anywhere to go. Um, it's the best I got. I don't know. I don't know what was different this time. I just was desperate and willing, and I trusted some people, and they didn't let me down. And they could have, but they didn't. I took a risk. I got vulnerable, just like I do on here, and it worked out. Sometimes you just got to take a chance, and I took a chance on some other people, and I took a chance on myself, and I'm taking a chance on myself doing this as well, and hopefully, it's reaching some people. All right, I'm gonna try and I don't know if that was a satisfactory answer, but that's what I got for you, Diane. I hope it helps. my mindset switched. I didn't want to hurt any people. I didn't want to hurt anybody anymore. And I wasn't really so much concerned about not hurting myself anymore. I just didn't want to hurt other people anymore. And then through some work, I didn't want to hurt myself anymore. Let's see. Hi, Peter. Nice to meet you too in Washington State. San Juan Islands. I'm going to have to do research. Never been, but I would like to see. Let's see. Ken, I appreciate you. How does my experience shape how I parent my child? So, man. Frank in Texas, what's up, bud? How does my experience, I'm guessing that they're talking about with the abuse, how does that affect my parenting? I would say that it makes me perpetually skeptical of other humans. Um, so, what I'm trying to do with my son is build up his, self-worth and self-esteem. And I don't know if you guys hear it. I apologize. There's some sirens going on. What I do with my son is I try to build his self-esteem and self-worth, and I'm trying. I want him to know that I'm trying to instill in him that he deserves to be treated well, so that if someone were to treat him in a way that he knows is not good enough, that he will either not accept it, or if he can't do something about it, tell me or someone. Not that there's no, I don't think there's any one answer as to what my childhood experience, like how to prevent that from happening to my son. But I believe that if I had a little more, because at the time that day stuff happened, I had already been through some things as a kid, which affected my self-worth and self-esteem and boundaries. I thought it was okay for, I like touching and stuff like that. I had learned that was, or I, was taught that was okay by people, that weren't trying to, teach me that in a harmful way. Besides the point, I think if a child, and this is just my opinion, I have no degrees in parenting. I'm learning as I go. I just feel if I can teach my son boundaries and that he deserves to be treated well, and it's unacceptable for someone to touch him or to make him feel a certain way. I think if I can instill that in him at an early enough age, he will either stand up for himself, or if he's incapable, he will let someone know, hopefully me, that something's going on that isn't right. That's about, because there are times where I'm not around him, and I need to set him up for success. I can't, I'm not in class with him at school. I'm not with him when he's with his mom. Like there are times often when I'm not with him. So I just got to do my best to let him know what's right and wrong and what's okay and what's, what he needs to let me know. That's the best I got. Let's see. How to trust the kid. Oh man. So Emerson St. John. So I didn't see that question. Topic. How to trust the kid inside me as an adult now. Jeez Louise. Brad, yeah, I know. My face is strange, and I'm getting used to it too. I do it once a year. I shave my face, but it'll grow back. It'll be back in like a week. Um, how to trust the kid inside of me as an adult now? Jeez. To trust the kid inside me. I'm not sure if I can completely grasp question. I mean, for me, the kid inside of me is curious and wants to explore and likes to joke around and doesn't take things too seriously. I'm not sure. I'm not, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not quite sure. I'm not. I'm not quite sure how to answer that. I'm not. Maybe narrow it down a little bit for me if you want. You don't have to, but maybe I just can't comprehend it. Maybe I'm just a Neanderthal and can't get there. I don't know. I'm having a hard time understanding that question. Have I had, oh, Belfast Dave, have I had any physical repercussions because of my addictions? Um, yeah, I damaged my insides, like my digestive tract, pretty badly because opiates dry your system out. But as far as the typical stuff that people go through from IV drug use, I got very lucky. I did not have to like Hep C and MRSA and sepsis and a lot of the thing like abscesses. I luckily avoided all of that. Um, it's been hard for me to put weight on. Like just I was always really thin using, but I don't know yet. I guess more to be revealed on the health. It damaged my teeth real bad. I had to spend a lot of money having teeth pulled and getting implants and getting teeth fixed and stuff. That was probably the biggest expense so far, but I don't know. More to be revealed, my friend. JM, I am a friend of Bill W. Yes, I am. Marie Rose, you're new here. Hi. Thank you for the compliment. You're welcome here. I appreciate you being in here. Sarah Kavari. It is difficult to love an addict. I mean, I am one. I have loved one. But yeah, it is tough. There's nothing easy about it. Um, just have boundaries. You know, sometimes my mom had to love me from a distance for a long time because I was just a danger being around her. It's tough. Every situation is different, but I'll pray for you. I hope that it's tough. It's tough. And just from my own personal experience, I was the most manipulative snake on earth when I was using. So I can't speak for everyone though. You know, I wish you the best. I hope that they get clean, stay clean, and that you guys have a beautiful life. Off topic. Look, it's Mikey. Thank you. I appreciate random compliments. You are appreciated, my friend. Thank you so much. All right, let's see. Trying to catch up here. Parents of drug addicts and you're bouncing from house to house. Jeez, I hope they get better. I hope that you find a safe place. I don't. That's tough. That's a lot of my buddies grew up like that, moving around a lot, and it's okay. You just keep yourself safe. Try to find try to find someone you can, kind of gravitate towards that's doing something positive that you feel safe around. That's a tough. I love you. I hope I'll pray for you as well. I hope that things work out. Let's see. Let's see. Diane, you're finding it hard to put weight on. Me too. I lost 15 pounds in the last 3 weeks because I haven't been hitting the gym like I used to. I was 201 pounds, now I'm 186, and it's horrible. I have to eat, when I want to gain weight, I have to put in about 6,000 calories into me a day, which is a lot. It's a lot of calories. I'm not saying you should do that, but I try to get at least 4,500 calories in me a day and 200 grams of protein in there. Ow. I see. Hold on, there's something. Brian M., my man, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for being you. Can I heart that? Yes. Brian, thank you so much. Everyone's been so supportive, and that's not the first time that Brian has done that. And I love you for that. Thank you so much for the support. It does not go unnoticed. It's amazing. I appreciate you so much. Ken, what are some tools that I use to replace triggers with good and positive words or memories that do not trigger me? You know, triggers are a funny thing. I'm only really I'm more triggered to behave certain ways than I am triggered to use drugs. Like, I think about lying for whatever reason a lot more than I think about, man, I'd like to get high. For me, lying is an addict behavior for me, because when I'm not using, I choose not to lie. I don't, you know what I mean? So, lying or being manipulative or procrastinating, which, is just part of who I am sometimes, depending on what it is. Some things I'll do all the time relentlessly, other things I'll put off. But triggers for me are typically about behaviors. And what tools do I use to combat that? I use people close to me. My biggest tools are the people who know me best and love me. Daniel, who I pretty much talk to Daniel every day. Megan, who obviously I talk to every day and see every day. Luis, who I interviewed. These my buddy Ian, these people keep me grounded, and I'll tell them what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, what behaviors I'm wanting to indulge in but haven't yet, hopefully. And they bring me back down to reality, and they let me know, hey, you can do that if that's how you want to live. But, I know you, and I don't think that's how you want to live. So let's figure out a solution. Hopefully, excuse me, I got the hiccups. Hopefully that answers that question. I'm just not triggered that often to get high. If I'm watching Breaking Bad or something, and hitting the pookie starts looking like a good idea, in my head, I'm like, why do I feel this way? Oh, because I'm watching a television show that's showing somebody using. Oh, well, how would that work out for me? It would work out terrible. I'd be homeless. I'd have nobody around me. I'd lose my son. And very quickly, I'm like, all right, bad idea. It's, I don't know if that helps. I don't know if that answers the question. Ann Wood, you have a week today. Congratulations. That is huge. It took me years to get a week. Congratulations. Congratulations, Ann Wood. That's amazing. Keep going. Keep coming back, both there and here. Just keep coming. Robert, I understand. It is hard. It is hard to love an addict. JM, how many times a week do I hit meetings? Oh, hold on. Before that, Emerson St. John, so you went through some stuff as a kid. Struggle hearing the same things in your head as back then. Okay. So, I mean, I still feel some of that too. I still hear some of that, like I'm not good enough, or whatever the words might be that I hear, I just get quiet. I try to ask myself where that's coming from. Like, is it actually me repeating those things to myself that I used to hear? Um, I just try to get quiet and internalize and ask myself what's going on. And if I can't figure it out on my own, I'll ask somebody else. Hey, this is what's going on. Can you help me? What do you think this is? That's what I would suggest. Okay, how many times a week do I hit meetings? It depends on the week. Um, some weeks 2. 2 weeks ago I hit 7 in 5 days. It really depends on what my schedule looks like, but meetings are good for me. I really enjoy meetings. I like interacting with people. I like literature. I like meetings where we read through in the literature. Um, for me, I think I go as often as I feel I need to. I could always go more, but somewhere between 3 and 5, I think on average. I try to go to at least 3, but the more the merrier. They're really good for me. Meetings are really, really positive for me. Back to protecting my son. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Diane's taking notes. I appreciate you. Let's see. Doo-doo. Ken, behaviors are more recent. Yeah, it's just what it is. Yeah, congrats, Ann Wood. Dime Store. Thank you so much. Another super thanks. It's amazing. I like the little stickers, and that's so cool. Thank you so much. And I don't is I don't. Your name does not strike a chord in me. I'm starting to learn some regulars' names. Are you recently added? Have you been here since the beginning and you're just starting to participate? What's going on? I appreciate that so much. Thank you. I love it, and I love you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let's see. Diane, after 8 years, you started at 32. I'm going to be 40 and I have 7 years, so I started right around the same time, 32, 33 ish. Yeah. I tried a lot before, it just didn't work out. South Shore, Boston, Mass, 781. Sending love and support. I love you too. I appreciate the support. Everybody, anybody that's here. Love it. Thank you so much. All right, we have another question. I'm not sure who asked it, but do I have a sponsor? And am I a sponsor? I do have a sponsor, and my sponsor has a sponsor. I am not currently sponsoring anyone at the moment. Not too long ago, somebody asked me to sponsor them, and so I called my sponsor and asked him what he thought about it. And I need to do some writing. Um, I haven't done another inventory since my divorce, so I need to get through that before I take another man through the steps. I think. Great question though. My sponsor's the best. Hopefully someday he finds this. Let's see. Again, thank you. Everyone that's in here, thank you. And anyone that's commenting, appreciate you. And these super thanks above and beyond. You guys are amazing. Now, I'm going to see if I missed anything. Oh, yeah, it says your first super on a live stream. Dime Store. You're the best. I appreciate it. Rob78. Oh, okay. You're Rob78. I don't know why it's different here. Is there a particular step that I find most useful and a step that I find most challenging? Absolutely. Not everyone's going to know what I'm talking about. Obviously, not everyone's an addict or an alcoholic. The hardest step for me is step 3. Turning our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. Turning my will as a man, as a human being, turning my will over and saying, hey, you're in charge. Whatever happens, happens. That, to me, is the most difficult step. Because I have to do it all the time. I take my will back all the time because I'm selfish and self-centered, and I think that I know best, even though I know nothing. And so taking my will back, step 3 is the hardest for me because I have to do it so often. My favorite step is the 10th step. I like continued to take an inventory, and when I was wrong, promptly admitted it. I love the 10th step. And technically, I'm not really supposed to be talking about Emerson St. John. I'm grateful for you. Sorry, I got sidetracked because a big pink thing popped up. You're the best. Thank you so much, guys and girls, everyone. Emerson St. John. I love it. I love you. Thank you so much. So I'm not supposed to be talking about steps. Technically, I'm not supposed to. We're supposed to keep program out of press, radio, and films, but I personally like to recover out loud. I will never come on here and say, you need to do this, you need to do that, you should go to meetings, you should be in part of the program. It's just what works for me. And I'm alive because of these programs. So I find it fair to touch on. And I'm not promoting anything. I'm just saying that I'm a member and it worked for me, and I see it work in others' lives every day. And honestly, no one else has to die because of drug addiction. It doesn't have to happen. There are alternatives. Like anyone, anywhere can get clean from drugs and alcohol. Anyone can. No matter what you've done, no matter who you are, no matter where you live, no matter how much or how little you have, anyone can change their life and get out of the hopeless state of mind and body that they're stuck in. But the 10th step, I'm so long-winded sometimes. The 10th step is where it's at. I like admitting when I'm wrong. I like, making amends as quickly as I can so that it doesn't fester in me and keep me up at night for 6 months. 10th step is big. Where could I have done better? The hardest one for me is the 3rd step. My favorite step is the 10th step. Do I have any tips, Peter? Do I have any tips on a positive way to approach a family member that is becoming an alcoholic? So, we cannot diagnose anyone else. So I can't say if someone else is an alcoholic. Even if I watch them drink all day, every day for 10 years, like, it's not my place to say, hey, you're an alcoholic. You should. They have to come to the realization on their own. A positive tip to approach someone, the only thing that I could say is use we statements. It would be the same as if you're in a relationship and you want your partner to start doing something differently. Instead of saying, hey, you need to stop doing this, and would you start doing this? Approach it like, it would mean a lot to me if we could start doing this. Or, if you want them to go to meetings, why don't you just say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Why don't we do it together? It's just an idea. I don't have, I don't have any foolproof method. Just make it a we thing. Like, I miss doing this with you. And you don't have to say, we don't do this anymore because you're always at the bar. You can just say, remember when we used to do this? I really enjoyed that. And it leveled my life up in a way. And I feel like that's missing. And I was really hoping that we could get back to that because it meant a lot to me. Did it mean a lot to you? And if they say, yeah, okay, let's get back to that. Just try to make it a we thing, not like a, just my opinion. That's my opinion. Brian, that's interesting. You wanted to do another 4th step, but 6 and 7. I mean, prayer, meditation, and get rid of our shortcomings and defects. It helps, but I don't think another 4 steps ever a bad idea. That's just my opinion. Again, my opinion. That's it. Oh, it looks like. Oh, Sarah, will we ever get to meet Megan? You know, I'm, you know, I'm afraid if she shows up here, then maybe it'll be like Cinderella at midnight and she'll just disappear. Like if you guys actually see her, maybe she'll disappear out of my life. So I don't want that to happen. But no, of course. Yeah, of course yeah, yeah, of course you get to meet Megan. Yeah. Why should I be the only one that gets to experience such a quality human being? That doesn't seem fair. Of course. You guys and girls and everyone will for sure be able to meet Megan. I'll definitely sit her down and we'll do a dual interview. She can interview me a little bit. I'll interview her a little bit. We'll have a boxing match. You know what I mean? We'll make some stuff happen for sure. You guys will get to meet Megan. She's the best. Hi from South Africa, Matt. Of course. So yeah, every live I've done, somebody asks about my tattoos. I think I have 7 ish. Not a lot. I need more, but I appreciate you being here. Cape Town, South Africa. Heck yeah. Doo-doo. It's 1942 in South Africa. What is that? 7:42 p.m. Military time is not my specialty. So I hope I'm answering people's questions in a concise way. This isn't the easiest thing to do, but it's actually very fun. It's actually it's challenging and I like it. Let's see. It looks like Megan's making friends. That's a positive thing. We're all friends here. And on the we're all friends here thing, I really appreciate everyone being so welcoming and accepting of other people's comments. And I've been seeing on my videos, I've been seeing some people replying to other people's comments, and I think that's awesome. I think that's so cool. um, I like the community aspect of what we're doing, like, and I feel like I keep repeating it, but this isn't like a video blog of me living my life. Like, this is, I'm trying to create a thing. I'm trying to create like a space where we all matter and we all come together. And at some point with these lives, I'll be able to like pull somebody up with me, and I'm actually I'm getting help with this. It's just I'm getting some help on some aspects of this, so it'll get better. If I could give my younger self one piece of advice, what would I say? I would say, I mean, I guess it would depend on what age. I would just, if I could give my younger self some advice, I would tell him not to allow other people's opinions to have an effect on how he feels about himself. Trust his instincts, know that he's loved, know that I would tell him to understand that he is lovable. There would be so many things I would want to sit down and talk to him for 24 hours. I don't know if there's just one thing that I'd be able to say to him. Let's see. Special plans for my upcoming birthday. That's an excellent question. There are plans, but it's a surprise. So you'd have to ask Megan that question. She has something planned for me, but she won't tell me what it is. She could be dropping me off at the kennel, and just leaving me there for the weekend. And she doesn't want to tell me. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But yes, there's something planned. The 27th of this month, I turn 40, and Megan has something planned. She hasn't told me what it is, but I eagerly look forward to it. I know it'll be amazing. She has impeccable taste, and she always takes me to awesome places, treats me like I matter. It's a big deal. Dakota, I'm a big fan of you, bud. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Brad, I appreciate that. I think, unless something catastrophic happens or I decide to go against everything I believe in, I think that this is going to work. I think that it is working. I don't, and I never planned on having a huge, I don't even want to say fan base, following, community. Like I didn't know that anybody would come here. And for 4,000 people to have come here, I feel like it's working. I feel like it has worked. I don't know where it will go, but I think so far I'm very proud of what this has become. It's so cool. It's so cool. I don't know, man. It's so cool. More to be revealed. Oops, what did I just do? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, hi, Melanie. I remember I've replied to a lot of your comments. I try to reply to everybody's, and I appreciate everybody that participates on my videos. It's the best. And everybody that's here. This is great. What is my love language? Oh man. I I'm a physical touch. It's hard to answer because I don't want to be too forthcoming and talk about yeah, physical touch. For sure. There's probably a secondary one that's like words of affirmation, quality time, but physical touch. For sure. Ken, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. It's okay if you have to jump off. Love that you showed up. I appreciate you, bud. Boo, boo, boo. Clark Frederick's Software Underbelly. I don't know. Not off the top of my head. I've watched a lot. Frank in Texas saying bye to Ken too. Hey, Maxine. I've replied. Yeah, I've replied to Maxine as well on some comments. I love that I love that everybody's in here. I appreciate you. My favorite team in the NHL, I'm from Boston, the Bruins, man. Easy. The Boston Bruins. I'm a Bruins. I'm a Red Sox, Celtics, Patriots guy. I grew up over there, of course. Bruins. I have my coffee cup somewhere around, my Bruins cup. Bruins are the best team in the NHL. But I'm biased. Anything else on anyone's mind that they can think of? Give me 1 second. I'm here with you. I was thinking about making another cup of coffee, but I've already had 2 espressos. I don't know if it's, I don't know. Peter, I appreciate that. Am I familiar with the prayer of St. Francis? I sure am. Yeah, St. Francis prayer is like, let me bring light to the darkness. Where there is despair, let me bring hope. Heck yeah, love the St. Francis prayer. Yes. What I'm trying to do here is all of that, especially bringing light to where there's darkness and bringing hope to where there's despair. For sure. You're right on the money, Brian. You're right on the money. It is beautiful. Yeah, I check out meditation videos. Yeah, Maxine, I did. Yeah. Yes. I should meditate more often. I should meditate more often than I do. But when I do, I always get results from it. It's a beautiful thing. Let me think for a second. So I'm trying to come up with a name for my channel, because there's obviously a younger kid with my name who is not like me, does not behave like me. And so I'm trying to think of like a, branding type of name for my channel, and it's tough. But anybody that has any ideas, I can't say that I will take the idea and run with it, but maybe I will. Maybe it can help me think of something. Um, but I think it's about, I think it's getting to that time where I need to have like a brand identity, so that when people try and search for me, they don't just find that young kid and then they can't find me, because that would be unfortunate. If they need to hear something that goes on my channel and they can't find it, that would be a shame. Any ideas would be awesome. Jack's Corner. Yeah. Let's see. Is there anything? Is there anything on anyone's mind? I'm trying to think if there's anything that I feel pertinent in sharing. So I'm going to try to. I missed last weekend because I was at a bachelor party, and I really, honestly, felt I had some feelings about not posting all weekend. I didn't like it. I wanted to post Friday and I wanted to post Sunday, but I was on a 5-hour drive out to Laughlin, 2 on Friday, back on Sunday, and I felt a lot. I felt a lot of I felt a lot about that. I felt like I was letting people down. I felt like I was missing out. My insecurities started coming up. Like, I've been so consistent with my people. Now that I'm not, are they just gonna, are they gonna leave? Or do they care anymore? All those things ran through my head. So I want to stay more consistent with this. I don't know if I'm gonna do a live every other week, once a month, but I really enjoy doing the lives. I could come a little better prepared. Like at the beginning, obviously, I was trying to figure that out and it wasn't working, but I'll get better at that. The more I do things, typically the better I get at it. Um, let's see. Jack with Meg. Yeah, I don't think Meg would want to be. She has a pretty full life. I don't know if she would definitely not have the time. She's a very busy woman. Um, but Meg is definitely involved in this, and I'd like to get her more involved. But yeah, we're working on that. We're working on that, Robert. Um, I definitely my next video won't be so heavy as the last one. Um, and again, making that video did not hurt my feelings. It did not like set me back in my recovery or my progress as a person. Sometimes when thinking about those things and seeing those images in my head and rehashing those things, sometimes that's tough. Um, but I'm good. I'm okay. One thing that clicked that made me decide it was time to change. Uh, the one thing in the end was um, somebody losing their life. Someone losing their life is what it was the final thing for me that made me see that I was affecting other people's lives in an irreversible way. And I was causing damage just by me using, I was damaging other people, not, and that in the end, that is what opened me up to change, because someone is no longer alive and their family will never get to speak to them again indirectly because of my drug use. And that's not okay. And people die all the time from drugs, but I hadn't been that close to that situation. And so when that happened, it changed my perspective a lot. And I just didn't, I just didn't want to cause any more damage to anybody, to myself or anyone else. And so I had to do something. And so I just asked for help. And I trusted men. I trusted people to help me. It's one thing to ask for help, but then to accept the help is a whole nother thing. Walking with Jack. I like that. Jack of all trades. Sister and Shannon. Uruguay. Wow. Welcome in. Yeah, no, it is. It was tough. It was a bad situation. But it's also part of that lifestyle. I mean, there was a time where in 2016 I lost 5 friends in 7 days from fentanyl. I mean, it's no joke. It's not like addiction and alcoholism is not a joke. It's not something to be taken lightly. It's a serious thing, and it kills people constantly. Right now, hundreds of people are dying from fentanyl overdoses. Right now, and right now, it's not a joke. It's as deadly as anything else. The Journey of Jack. Dakota. I don't know how to write that well, bud. I wish I knew the process of writing a book. I would love to do that, but I would have to collaborate with somebody who has a much better vocabulary and you know knows how to write, because I don't. But yeah, I wish. Yeah, I've thought about writing a book. It's just I don't know how to do that. I've thought about doing a lot of things, and I just don't know what the process looks like. Peter, I appreciate that. I mean, I think I'm all right. There are definitely better dads out there. There are definitely worse dads out there, but I'm all right. I do what I can. I think I'm decent. I do the best that I am willing to do at the moment. Sometimes I get irritated, sometimes I get short, sometimes my patience run out quicker than other times, but I think overall I'm pretty solid, pretty easy going. Emerson, yeah, that'd be cool. But I don't know any documentarians that would think that I'm very interesting. I don't know how that stuff happens. I don't know how people find out about like some interesting person and then they do a documentary. I don't know how that happens, but I don't think that. I mean, I personally don't think that it's that interesting of a story because it's my story. It's just my life. I don't think it's. I don't know. I mean, I would watch it I would watch a documentary about somebody else that had my story. If it was someone else, I would think it was super interesting. I'd watch that because I can relate. But yeah, I don't know how to do any of that. I don't know how to do any of these things that you guys are talking about. Matt, appreciate you. Appreciate you for being here. Chick-fil-A for the win. I love Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is great. Emerson, I appreciate that. Man, now I want Chick-fil-A. What made you bring up Chick-fil-A? What just happened? Where did Chick-fil-A come up, Brian? Did I miss something? I enjoy Chick-fil-A. I think it's number 2, the spicy chicken sandwich, not deluxe. It's the way to go. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. You're right. You're right. I did. I did take my son there. He's into the little chicken nuggets that they got. All right, my manager has entered the room and told me that we need to try and. So I was hoping to finish this up in time to go to church, and then the beach. Listen, everyone that showed up to this, everyone that's here right now, I greatly appreciate you. Alexander, love you too. I know. Thank you for all your support, Alexander. Everyone that is here watching this, commenting, thank you so much for the support. The super thanks and the PayPal stuff is so above and beyond. it's weird. I feel like I need to always acknowledge it because it's so huge and unexpected and appreciated. But then I feel like, should I not talk about it? Because then I don't want anybody else who's not doing that to feel like they're missing out. Like, it's not expected or ever. Any showing up and watching is enough. If you then comment, you're taking another huge step forward. Liking it and commenting is amazing. I don't ask for people to do that. It means the world to me. And the support, the financial stuff is on a whole nother level. But I love you guys and girls. When I say you guys, I mean everyone. I love all of you. Thank you so much for being here with me. We'll do this again soon. Probably sooner than you guys want me to, because I just like doing this. This is really, I like being part of a community, and I like what we've built here. Frank in Texas, Alexander, Keith, Mario, everyone that's here, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I hope you guys have a great Sunday. Try and say something nice to somebody and make their day. Appreciate you.